One of my pet peeves in life is very quickly becoming people wasting money. Because I think a lot of us buy these luxuries in general because we don't know what the opportunity cost of doing that is. But besides that, when we spend something so essential to us in a superfluous way, it makes me believe that we are spending the other thing that's very important to us in a superfluous way. The other thing being time. My name is Tarab. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day. And I want to convince you to start utilizing your time to do only the things that you really want to do. And that doesn't mean that you should sit around and get stoned all day. That doesn't mean that if you want to have sex all the time that you should be doing that. If you are a male in this society, I believe it is very, very important for you to set a fucking difficult goal for yourself in this life. To propel yourself to become a tremendous version of what you currently are. For me, it brings tremendous satisfaction to break through certain barriers, but also just to deliver consistently, to be reliable in any capacity. For women, I am not a woman, so I don't know what your goals in life should be, or could be, but I assume by virtue of the things that I know about the woman in my life that you should also be looking to do exactly what you want to do. How can we inspire our children, our society, our friends to be better if we are not being better? It's an impossibility. And this channel is for leaders. Let me make it clear. This channel is for catalysts in society. People that have the skills and the tenacity to actually do something of substance for the rest of us. So when it comes down to this idea that our time can be wasted, to be superfluously spent, I think it's very naive and immature and just, it fills me full of resentment when I see that people are wasting their time, their resources. Because you might think to yourself, dude, I can do whatever I want and I'll be okay. Like I'm making this much money, or I have this type of lifestyle and I can probably maintain it should I continue to do what I'm doing. But that type of philosophy assumes that you will want to continue what you're doing right now in 5 years, which is necessarily assuming that you're not going to change in the next 5 years. And frankly, my friend, you only have a couple of 5 years left. You understand? Like, this life's really short. And for most of us, it's a lot shorter than we think. So it becomes really real, really fast when we give into the philosophy of superfluously spending our time, our money, our energy, and not really setting a goal or trajectory in any capacity. So what does this mean? What does this mean, Tarab? Why do you tell me this? I tell you this because you already really know it in your soul. If you're watching this video, I'm sorry, you probably already know this stuff. What you're looking for, perhaps, is a way to channel that energy and to put up with the difficulty of consistently having to perform at the level that you're at now, or a level perhaps higher than you're at now. Something that indicates you have grown stronger and more beautiful as a soul. So let me give you some of these tips based on what I've been going through in life. And by no means am I as balanced spiritually as I was a year ago, but I am by every means significantly more productive and useful to my family, the people that I care about, and the initiatives that I'm hosting. And it's all happened because of a couple of different things. And you've heard about this before. Writing things down the day before helps a lot, because then that half an hour chunk of time that I have that perhaps I didn't wake up at the exact time that I wanted, I can at least scan that list and say, okay, these are the things I thought that were important yesterday. Let me chunk one of those things into this little time slot. On top of that, in terms of the sustaining aspect of things, getting results is key. getting results is key. Meaning that if I put in all this time and energy creating this artwork and no one paid me a single dollar for this artwork ever in my life, I would have a very hard time imagining a life in which anyone that's done that would want to continue creating artwork. It's difficult to assume that without payback, without some sort of release, that we will continue doing anything. Working out, getting laid, there's your payback. Working out, getting into a relationship, there's your payback. Feeling good about yourself in the morning when you look in the mirror, there's a payback, right? Starting an organization, hosting a large event, there's your payback. And people congratulating you, or perhaps creating a moment for people, there's your payback. Creating a business or trying to sell something and getting something sold, there's a payback. Now, there's a lot of things that won't have paybacks immediately, but to set ourselves up for situations where paybacks are likely is the only way to sustain growing and changing as a person. It's like the little wins in life, you know? And in the meantime, until you get to those wins, having a support structure, a social support structure particularly, because we are animals, very, very important. A social structure that allows us to be as tender, to be as vulnerable as we can be, that is a part of sustaining this process. It's also, in my life, a part of gaining ideas, gaining the fruition, the excitement to believe that my ideas are worth something. A lot of the times I have meetings and I put an energy into things that I want to get better at without getting any sort of pay, without getting a dividend, because I want to be able to articulate my thoughts better. I want to be able to distill my ideas in a more pure way. And what better practice than doing it? Doing it when there's stakes involved, perhaps. So, that's a relevant thing. If you're looking to move forward, to grow as a human being, put yourself into uncomfortable situations. Meaning, go and make that damn sales call to that person that perhaps thinks nothing of you. Go and take a course that's perhaps just outside of your range of what you can afford, and force yourself to go and make up that money again with the information that you have. Go to a different place, try a different restaurant, anything that hopefully aligns at least with the person that you want to become. Anything can be useful if we have that sense of moving forward. Anything that's difficult can be useful. Anything that makes us uncomfortable can be useful. Because I'll tell you, sooner or later it won't make you uncomfortable, and then you'll get bored and you'll look for other things that'll make you uncomfortable. So this kind of awareness of our thirst for life is essential. And to satisfy that thirst through those payoffs, through the uncomfortable situations, that becomes even more important. I always think to the metaphor of the man or woman that's lived 10,000 years, right? Like, that person probably has seen and done enough stuff in their 10,000 years to barely ever come across a crazy new circumstance. Does that make life boring? I would assume so. Does it make it all the more necessary for that person to go and seek those new things? I would guess so. So why not view ourselves in a similar sense? Perhaps our souls are immortal. Who knows? So, in the pursuit of trying to do the great thing, my friend, do not give up. And if you need my help, or anyone's help in the community, why don't you comment down below something that you are struggling with that perhaps just putting out there can help soothe, recuperate, make yourself uncomfortable. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. And if you have a second, check out this video. As always, take care of yourself. Peace.